Hey, everybody. Good to be with you again. Thank you for tuning in to another weekly devotional, weekly video devotional. um, the title for this week is React or Respond, and scripture is Acts chapter 16, verses 23 through 25. After they had been severely flogged, they were thrown into prison, and the jailer was commanded to guard them carefully. When he received these orders, he put them in the inner cell and fastened their feet in the stocks. About midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and the other prisoners were listening to them. Um, this is the situation in chapter 16 where Paul and Silas are just doing amazing work for God, and um, uh, it's amazing to think through this story because they were taken, they were beaten severely, and when I get to thinking about verse 24, right at verse 24, where it says they were put in when they were put in prison, um, I have to think, okay, pause. If I were in their shoes, I know exactly what I would do. If I had been beaten, if I had just been severely mistreated, I know that I would probably complain. I'd be talking to um, my buddy, I'd be talking to other people and be like, oh my goodness, could you believe what just happened? And I know I'd probably make a big deal about it. And I'd be frustrated. I'd be aggravated. And I would think, "Oh, I just can't believe this happened." And I'd blow it up to be probably just, wow, who can I tell about this experience of this terrible thing that has happened to me? Um, you know, what do we do wrong? How could we have avoided that? Can you believe they would do such a thing to us? I think we should file a report and complain to someone about how we were treated. Just the thoughts that I know that would go through my mind and how frustrated I would be and that I would want justice served. Many of us would probably be very frustrated in the situation and just be angered at how we were treated. Paul and Silas didn't do that. Paul and Silas did the absolute opposite. And it's amazing. Every time I read this story, it blows my mind. Verse 25, they were praying and they were singing hymns to God. So, pause, this is how I would react. Unpause, this is how they react. And it's just amazing. I don't know if I could have done what they did. I hope that I would. I hope that I would have been able to have that attitude of praising God, praying and singing. And in this moment, they didn't react, they responded. A lot of times in our lives, I'm very bad about this. It's something I'm working very hard in my life to be better about. It's very easy for me to react to situations, to get upset, to react and not think rationally, to react and blow up about something or uh, act quickly and just not really take a few moments to just take in what's going on, process it, try to process as much as I can, and respond appropriately. It's so easy to react to things and just react and do the wrong thing and make a bad impression on people around us. However, it is possible to respond as Paul and Silas did. And look what happened, the people that they ministered to, the impact that they had. And I have to think, if in our lives something happens, a lot of things happen to us. We can't control that. What we can control is what we do in response. We are 100% in control of that. What happens to us? Nope. What we do? Yes. So I just encourage us all to think about that. When we're tempted to react to something, take a few minutes, breathe in, breathe out, just take a few deep breaths, and try to process a little bit of what's going on and not react, but respond in a godly way. As hard as that is to do sometimes, very hard to do, but it's possible. And think, the way Paul and Silas responded, their response to it it impacted so many people. And if they had reacted and gotten mad and frustrated, which a lot of people would say that they had a right, they probably had a right to do that, they didn't. They responded by letting God use them, responding in a different way than anybody thought that they would. So I just want to encourage all of us when we get into these situations. It's a very pivotal moment what can happen in our lives when something comes up. And what we do. Do we react to it or do we respond to it? And I got to tell you, that responding almost always seems to land us in a better outcome. Because when we respond, we're maybe thinking a little more clearly, we're trying to do the best thing, we're not just reacting and getting mad, we're responding. And we need to respond in love and do the best we can to be an example of his kingdom. So just encourage you, next time a situation comes up, whether it's little, whether it's big, are you going to react or are you going to respond? And I hope that we all respond and let God do amazing things through us. Take care.